Are you an employer looking to hire skilled workers from overseas? Or you just want to know how to keep the one of your current staff members who are currently on a temporary visa? If so, this video will be the right one for you. In this video, we will cover everything you need to know from the employer's perspective about subclass 482 work visa. We normally talk about employees approaching their employers about this visa, but we know that there are lots of you out there not wanting to lose your highly skilled and well-trained staff or desperately need skilled staff but don't know where to start. Most businesses can nominate employees for subclass 482 visa. Any business structure can be approved to sponsor employees. So if you're a sole trader, company or a trust, you can be approved. There are only few occupations that have caveats for the sponsor. I will put a link to these occupations and the caveats in the description below. Subclass 482 visa has 3 steps, namely sponsorship, nomination and visa application. The sponsor is mainly responsible for step 1 and 2 only. In most cases, we communicate directly with the employee to obtain all information and documentations we need to lodge their visa application. And please note, all of these visa applications, nomination and sponsorship can be lodged at the same time. But practically, we only do so in limited scenarios where, for example, the employee's visa is about to expire. I will now explain the first step, lodging the standard business sponsorship application. I would say this is the easiest step of the process. Once a business becomes a standard business sponsor, this lasts for 5 years, and you can use this approval to sponsor all your employees under the subclass 482 and also under subclass 494. This application cost 420 Australian dollars at the time of lodgement and filming of this video. What we need to establish in a SBS application with the Department of Home Affairs is the business is legally established and operating in Australia or overseas. There is no adverse information about the business. So depending on your business structure, we may need various documents to prove this. One important fact is, once your entity is an approved sponsor, if you change your business structure, for example, if you were a trust and now you're a private limited company, you need to lodge a new SBS for the new entity, or your employees will be in breach of their visa. SBS application normally takes about 1 to 3 weeks for the processing. I will now explain step 2 of the process, which is lodging a nomination application. I would say this is the most complicated part of the 3-step process. If your employee's occupation is in the medium to long-term occupation list, you can nominate them for up to 4 years. If your employee's occupation is on the short-term occupation list, you can nominate them for up to 2 years only. And you can only ever get them for 4 years to work for you. I will put a link to both of these occupation lists in the description down below. What is the cost involved? There is a set application fee of 330 Australian dollars. Apart from that, there is a training levy that is payable for each year of nomination. This is payable as a lump sum when we lodge the application. So if your business's turnover is under 10 million, the levy is $1,200 per year. If your turnover is over 10 mil, then it's $1,800 per year. In this application, we have to establish few facts for the Department of Home Affairs. We need to conduct labour market testing by advertising the vacant position in 3 separate mediums, including mandatory advertising on the Workforce Australia website for at least 28 days. The job advertisement must have the salary, job title, years of experience, name of the employer, location of the employment, and job duties displayed. Through this process, you need to prove that you have tried but cannot fill the vacant position with the Australian workforce. We also need to prove that the salary offered to the nominee is the same salary that would be offered to an Australian worker in the same position. That way we do not undermine the Australian workforce. The salary offered also has to meet and has to be above TSMIT. TSMIT is Temporary Skilled Migration Income Threshold and is not less than the annual market salary rate for that occupation. The current TSMIT is sitting at $53,900 plus super per year. In the nomination application, we also need to establish that the position we are nominating is genuine and you're offering the employee a permanent full-time position. The final step of the process is applying for a visa for the nominee. I will not go into too much detail about this process as I'm focusing more on the employer's side of the 482 in this video. But if you're interested, I have done videos in the past about the 482 visa application process, which you can find again in the description. And there you have it, a basic rundown of what it takes the employer to sponsor someone in Australia. As you can imagine, these processes can sound complicated and time-consuming, but in reality, when you are running a business, most of these business documents are already there with your accountant or HR department. It is a matter of understanding the process and putting it all together. The benefit of sponsoring an employee is that you can find a committed, skilled employee to help your business thrive. Thank you for watching. For more information on Australian Employer Sponsor Visa, you can visit our website or get in touch with us today. And good luck with your business.